My name is Asa. I'm 21 years old and I'm a carpenter. I have been working in construction for 3 years and I have been a carpenter for about 2 of those years. I think that my interest for building things began when I was a little kid and I used to build very elaborate structures out of Lego. Then I sort of didn't touch on that for a number of years. And then I got a construction job just to get a job during a year off I took between high school and university. And I ended up loving it. And then my passion grew from there. I am currently going to university. I go to the University of Toronto. I'm going into third year and I study sociology. And after I graduate from university, I plan to continue in construction and be a general contractor and have my own construction business. My family's reaction when I got into the trades was they were all very supportive. The type of skills that you need to have a job like this, the problem solving, the thinking on your feet, and the creativity, these are all things that I'm very well suited for. So everybody knew that this was a good job for me and I would be able to apply my skills well. The most important skills that someone needs to succeed in a profession like this is you don't need to have all the knowledge right away. Obviously, you're not just born with that. You need to be able to be a problem solver and you need to be able to figure out how to learn. You need to be able to be your own teacher. And that's the most important thing, is being able to teach yourself and never make the same mistake twice. Because I didn't do any trade school or apprenticeship, learning comes from working with people with more knowledge than you and more skill than you and really having them show you how they do it, and also learning on your own, reading in your off time, watching YouTube videos. Just with the internet, you can just figure out how to do anything. I just started working in private construction for a general contractor, and over the years learned from working with people with lots of experience and years, and they showed me how to do things, and that's how I gained my knowledge. So I met my mentor, who's my boss, purely by coincidence. I was playing baseball with his son at the time, and I had no experience in the trades, and I just said to my buddy, I said, I need a job, and he said, you should talk to my dad. He's a general contractor. So I reached out to him. I gave him a call. I told him about the little experience I had, which was just some painting and stone path laying, not much at all. Even though I had no experience, we immediately hit it off, and he took me under his wing. And I think it's very important to have a mentor in the trades, and I've been lucky to have a great one. Everything that someone teaches you, you got to keep stored in your memory somewhere. And I think that being a sponge to information and really listening when someone's telling you something, I think that's the most important thing. Maybe the most challenging part of this job is just the job. You're getting paid well, but also somebody's paying good money to have you there working. So you can't be sitting around during the job. You're working all the time. Every minute you're on the clock, you're moving around, you're doing something. Also, you have to make sure you're taking care of yourself in regards to danger from the tools. I just took my hat off, but I always have my safety glasses on my hat, so they're ready to go whenever I need them. All it takes is, one piece of wood flying in your eye and then you can't see anymore. Also, ear protection, very important when you're using a saw or something else loud. Gloves if you're handling something sharp, or nails. Steel-toed boots, it's very important. You can see I have a big gash in mine where I was using a chainsaw last year and I cut myself on the toe. Very good, I was wearing these or else I would have lost my toe. Good work pants are important. Protect your legs from all the materials, and so you gotta learn how to manage the stress on your body and take care of yourself. Eat well, sleep well. Don't go out partying every night. You gotta make sure your body is in good shape. That's kind of what this job is. I mean, especially in a project like the one where we're currently filming at, a main part of the job was taking something that was really old and not built very well and everything was crooked, and then turning it into something that is good and solid and straight. You'll be busy and you'll be working hard the whole time, but if that's something you like doing, then you'll have a good time. If someone's interested in becoming a carpenter, probably the best way to go about that is just go to a school, go to a trade school. Other than that, you could get a job as an apprentice in a union where you'll just be starting right on the site. Or if you're lucky enough to know someone like me, you can have your in that way. But probably just going to trade school is the simplest way to do it. That'll get you going. If you're just getting started in the trades, you wanna set yourself apart from everybody else. 3 simple things you can do. Always show up on time. You're already above half the crowd there. Write down important things. That shows that you're paying attention and you're not going to forget. And ask questions when you don't know something, because the worst thing you can do is guess and make a mistake. So it's always good to ask questions when you're not sure. And from what I can tell, I think we're ready. That's a little bit about me and my story. And if you think you're anything similar to me, then I highly recommend you going to the trades, because there's a lot of fun to be had.